What's going on there, fellow YouTubers? Chris back with you guys. I know a lot of my own subs are going to go, oh my God, he's doing another flat earth. Why are you wasting time with these guys? And I've said this to a couple of you guys and answered this truthfully. And I said, look, guys, there are some people who are still on the fence about this. There may be people out there going, well, I've seen enough of these flat earthers to believe maybe it's flat. But I also believe, you know, my brain's still telling me it's round. So just forgive me on this. Just move along. Don't even bother. But if you want to watch it as entertainment, you should stick around. But also, you know, I do have some good videos coming out. In fact, I got 4 of them. I'm going to try to knock out another one after this one today. So be looking out for those too. But anyway, guys, so all my other subs, you know, just like I said, you can watch it. You just say the heck with it. It's up to you. So all the flat earthers, here it is. Okay. If you believe this model sitting on my screen right now is the actual model of the Earth, okay. We're going to analyze this, and we're going to just use some common sense. I'm not going to get into all kinds of stuff to baffle you. I'm not going to try to brainwash you. I'm just going to show you something you can ask yourself and just common sense. And just questions to have you ponder upon. I'm not going to try to convince you. I just want to show you something that you should be thinking about by yourself and not believing all of these other videos like Eric Douchebay, all of these people out there that want to claim they did numbers, they did laser tests, they did boats. Oh, you can see the boats, whether they stay up on the ocean or go down. Forget about all that. That's a lot of that is an optical illusion. You want to see that something. You want to just start. You don't. If you want to do anything, question the stuff I'm going to put forth. Okay, let's get started. All right, this is usually the model for flat Earth, and there's another one. I'm going to show you guys that in a minute. But anyway, let's suppose for a moment. I think you guys said that the sun was 6,000 feet off the surface of this flat plane, if you will. Now, if that's true, and it's going around, okay, we'll go with that. It's going around. Let's suppose for a moment you live here in South America. Now, keep in mind, this has been flipped. It should actually be the other way around. So you can see where there's Florida here in the United States. That should be on this side. This should be flopped over. But it doesn't matter. Let's suppose for a minute you're in South America and you're living down here in Argentina. You know, nice place to live, nice and warm, toasty, no problem. Okay. Now, I'm going to ask you guys a question. I've got a little model here. Here's our sun. We're going to use this little rubber ball that my son had. We're going to use this. This is the sun. Okay. And I've got an old dinner plate here we're going to use right here. Okay, so I'm going to let this kind of focus in. Okay, you're this little black dot sitting right there. Now, we're going to look at the sun going across, and you can see it going, well, just going around a circle. Now we'll put it a little higher. Of course, you guys can't see that because it's actually facing the camera. But anyway, so we're doing this. I'm going to show you there. There's a little black dot. We're going to keep them at the bottom. Okay, this is what you're saying it's doing. Now, let's do it this way. Okay, it's going around, going around, going around. Here's the problem with this logic, okay? If that's true, here's your little person. Here you are. There's a little tiny dot in this massive continent. Okay, let's suppose. I'm going to do the sun slowly because we know the sun doesn't just zip by us during the day. It actually takes hours to do that. Okay, it's coming along, coming along. Okay, we're just... Here's morning. Oh, it's getting to be high noon. Okay, and then there it goes. Here's the problem with this logic. If you're here on this little dot, okay... Now I'm going to go back up to the screen and show you guys this. Let's suppose for a moment the sun is here up above this particular line. Okay? Just for argument's sake. We want to make sure it's about 6,000 feet up, whatever it is. Here's the problem. There's a couple problems with this logic. One, if this sun is going by you and you're this little tiny speck on this huge continent, this sun would go by you like a frickin' train on a track. It would literally go by you like this. Depending on east or west, or whatever way, it's literally going to go like this. It's going to come towards you like this. It's going to come towards you. It's going to come towards you. It's going to go high noon, and it's going to keep passing you like a train on tracks. Does that make any sense to you at all? No, it makes none. Nada. Here's the problem, too. Let's suppose for a moment it's there and 6,000 feet over this plane. That means anybody up here, closer to, that's living in the United States, anybody over here, they would literally see that sun that's going across the sky from right to left or left to right. Doesn't matter. It would literally be so far down in the horizon, they'd barely see it. Come on, guys. Common sense would tell you this. Now, let's suppose for a moment you're a big fan of this one. Now, this one shows a flat plane, but it still does this. Now, you can watch me here. Now it's doing this. It's literally doing this. Going up and around it like that. Now, if you believe this, which is conflicting because it's almost like religion. There's like 128,000 denominations of Christianity alone, and guess what? I'm looking at this thing and I'm going, okay, so how can you believe this one here, that it goes around and over the disc, or a flat plane, if you will, and this one goes under the flat plane and over it? Okay, but let's suppose for a moment this is the correct model. I'd love to see two different people in this, two different models duke it out, because that would be funny as shit. But anyway, that's not the point. Let's go like this. Okay. Now, again, you're here on this little black dot, and I'm over here in the United States. Now, let's put me over in the United States right there. Now, we're going like this, and it's going up and over my head. Okay? But in the wintertime, where I come from, it's lower in the sky. So now I'm here, right there. Now it's lower in the sky. Well, wait a minute. You guys claim that the Earth is not spinning. It's not doing anything. It's just sitting there, a plane. Then what moved? If the sun's doing this, going over it, the sun moved or the Earth moved. Even if you go by this model, okay, something moved. Either the Earth tilted, and because it's spherical, it changes and turns on its axis, and then went like this. Now it's no longer going over my head like this on the middle of this plane, as you guys claim. Now it's going over here. It's lower. The sun either moved, or the moon, I was going to say the moon, or the Earth has moved. No. You guys said it's a flat plane. It doesn't change, doesn't turn. But anyway, getting back to just simple this model alone, it just disproves that. Because if you were going right here and going over this where you live, well, let's do it this way. Right there where you live, that black dot, then if it was doing this, that means, again, that sun, you would literally see it coming from a distance away, coming up by you, oh, it's high noon, and it's going to continue. It's going to continue to keep going by you. It's literally going to go like this, right by you like a train on a track. Does that make sense to you? On the planet I live on, it comes up from my east, comes up and over my head, and then down and sets. Now, here's another problem. Again, we can go back to this one here. Okay, you live in Argentina, and it doesn't really matter where you live. It really doesn't matter. You live here. Don't you think a plane, by now, would have been high enough up in the air to see the edge of this Earth? Don't you think? By now. Now, my question is to you guys, do you believe that every maritime sailor, anybody who's been on a cruise or anything like that, has seen anywhere they go in the world, whether it be, to the Caribbean, Australia, any of these places, they would see the edge of this? And don't you think, these airliners would see I know, somebody, the guy claims it's fake, or whatever. It's not fake. It's not flat either. It's round. But anyway, okay. You're telling me that these guys all sat there in a club one day and went, hey, guys, do you have, what's that? It's actually round or flat? No. Why don't we tell them this? Why don't we just tell them it's round and throw them all off? What would they have to gain by it? Now, some people would say, well, that's not the point. They lied about it. Okay. Let's flip the script a little bit. Now, we're all in elementary school, and now they're teaching us all flat Earth. It's all flat. Okay. My question to you would be, all right, now all of a sudden somebody comes out and says, no, it's spherical. Not completely. It's not because Earth is not completely round. It's spherical. What would change in your life? What would change? Your work's going to stay the same. Your car's not going to change. Your family's still going to be the same. Your house is not going to move off its foundation. What's going to change in your life, whether it's flat, square, triangle, or spherical? What difference is it going to make? Okay? And the idea is, again, I can't believe I'm even discussing this because this is just insane. People back 7,000 to even longer knew that it was spherical. And just take your telescope, look in the sky. Everything is spherical, but we're living on a flat plane in here on Earth. Let me guess. Let's suppose now this is the moon. This is not Earth anymore. You're telling me that the moon is probably flat, okay, like this. But every time you look up with your telescope, let's say this is your telescope, every time you look up at it, it just happens to be facing completely flat, so you can see that. It's never like this to its side. It's completely round, so it looks round, right? Come on, man. And you really think that it's set up like that? Come on. Here's the thing. People don't realize is that I believe this is nothing more than a reverse psychology by the military, NASA, and all these other space agencies. Why? Well, think about it this way. If they say, hey, why don't we put this flat earth idea out? Okay? Think about this a minute. They go, okay, well, let's do that. So now anybody who starts believing this, they're going to go, one, there is no moon landings, which people have claimed. Nobody's on Mars. We haven't been anywhere else. No rockets can get out in space. It's perfect. They've duped you. It's perfect. Why is it perfect? Well, because if you believe that, then you put no scrutinizing at all or research into Martian photos, the moon photos, and what they're really hiding, what they're really finding. The stuff they're hiding is phenomenal. People go, I mean, because I make my own videos, guys. I make anything to do about Mars and the anomalies I'm finding in these photos because they're there. Why is it that, this is what I don't get. Why do people believe that there's no life anywhere else? The fact that we're here means there's other people out there. And you listen to any physicist will tell you, we are made of star stuff. Neil deGrasse Tyson's good for this. And, you know, I like the man. He's a good man. Picture this a moment. He says we are all star stuff. We're all carbon-based life forms. If that's true, then these carbon-based life forms, if they've been spread out through the solar system and through the galaxy, guess what? Chances are there's more people like us or similar to us on other planets. Why is this so hard to believe? The other thing is, people go, well, I tell people, you know, you could look at spherical Earth right there in ISS live feed. Oh, there's nobody in that. Okay, there's nobody in the ISS. So let me understand this. Let me understand your theory and your logic. So there's people there, smartest people on the planet, sat down and did blueprints of building rockets, space stations, and the shuttle, because the shuttles are one that brought pieces. They designed pieces to put together like a giant set, put them all together to build this ISS that's the size of a football field. Okay, now they train these astronauts to go up there and tell them what they're going to do. They have testing places to do this in pools, such places like that, so they can, you know what they're up against with zero gravity. But that's not the point. Here's the thing. They've done all of this, spent all this money, all this brain work, all this other stuff. They take each piece. Because here's the thing. A lot of you guys believe the ISS is there, but you don't believe anybody's in it, which is astoundingly weird because, so now they take all of these parts, they go up into space, they put it all together, bolt it all together. There's people out there, astronauts, putting this stuff together. Okay. So you're telling me they're not smart enough to have people in it, but they can go out of inside Earth's, it's still inside Earth's atmosphere. Well, it's almost like between inner and outer orbit, but that's not the point. You're telling me these people are smart enough to put this thing together and everything, but they're not smart enough to live in it? Really? Guys, if you got a scanner on there, tune in to 145.800 when the ISS goes over you, and you'll hear them talking. You're only going to get about a 5-minute window, depending on your antenna. You might even get a little longer if you got an omnidirectional. Either a super discone or a Yagi beam that's on a rotor, and you can turn it and actually follow the ISS, and you'll hear them. Just look on YouTube. There's people that talk to this 2-meter ham operators that talk to the ISS all the time, and you can't do it unless they're over your head. What's that tell you? So it is traveling around the world at 17,000 plus miles per hour, and they're talking. That means there's people on it. Look at the videos. These people are as plain as day, man. They're as real as you and I are. So if you want to believe this disc type thing, understand, if you're here, that makes no sense. You literally picture yourself on this line. Here comes the sun. It's way over your head, but here comes the sun. It goes over this line. You're such a tiny speck. You would literally see that thing go like this. It would come towards you, and right by you, and keep going down like a train on the tracks. And it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Now, if you guys want to argue your point, do this for me. Got a little test for you. One, with your own camera, I want you to take a picture of this dome over our heads. Okay? Well, you can't. It's clear. I don't want to hear that. If it's there, if it's physically there, you should be able to take a picture of it some way, somehow. Two, I want you to show me a picture of a rocket or an airplane crashing into it, exploding and falling back to Earth. Okay? That's two. Three, I want you to show me a picture that you've taken yourself in more than one location from either this wall, get on the ice wall, and take a picture of Argentina. Let's say you're standing right here. Take a picture of Argentina with a telescope, with a telescopic lens. You should be able to do that with ease. A really awesome telescope would be able to see Argentina from this ice wall. And then go over to, like, Australia. And then go on that side and do the same thing. with your own cameras. I don't want to see videos of other people's videos. I don't want to see all that. I've already done a video. It's called Our Earth is Not Flat. Look it up. Go into my videos and see that. Just simple, common sense, down-to-earth kind of stuff, guys. You don't need to be crunching numbers and baffle people with bullshit just to see simplicity in its finest. So if you want to believe that, that's your prerogative. And listen, I respect it. Even though I think it's wrong, you're still entitled to your opinions. But don't come on my videos and tell me I'm weird or I've been fooled and duped. No. It's just common sense stuff. Again, my sun comes up, goes over my head and then back down. And in the wintertime, it goes like this over the horizon. This clearly would not do this on this disk because you said the sun's actually moving, but the Earth is stationary. It's not turning. If that's true, and it goes over this area here, okay, one way or the other, that sun, if it was in this line here, it would go up and over your head. It would literally just go right by you. If it goes up and over your head, you would see it going from a distance, going right above you and keep going. That's not the way it works. That's not how it happens. The way I see all these flat Earth videos and these models is that the sun's always over here, so we're not in the edge, but here. And if that's true, that would be so far down on my horizon every single day. And guess what? It changes with seasons. Where did the seasons come from? That means it would have to be higher or lower. Something's changing. Either the sun is changing its position or the Earth is, and it's the Earth. It's Science 101. We're living on a spherical planet, and it changes its axis. This is the reason why your sun changes position every dawn season. Look this shit up. I'm in the wintertime, and my sun is doing this. Something's changed. Something's moved, guys. Nothing's stationary like you guys think it is. Anyway, you want to leave your comment down below. You want to show me actual pictures of your own. You know, maybe you got it on a site that has all its own pictures that you've taken yourself, and you could prove this without a doubt. I'm open to it. Share it with me. I want to see it. But until then, it's absolutely bogus. It's bunkus. It's bull. And if you guys want to continue to believe that, that's your prerogative. I'm just trying to clarify and just have you guys use simple common sense to say, oh, well, maybe this isn't what I thought it was. Because I'm telling you right now, if you know, everybody who thinks it's like anybody, they're looking at other people that think the world is round or spherical. They're going, oh, these guys have been duped. Since when? I've been in an airplane, and that's my video I told you about. Our Earth is not flat. And just look at it. It's just common sense. You can see a curvature. You can see a curve. You know, people want to claim that the Earth is, you go by balloons and balloons, but the balloons are doing this. Every time you see it, it's doing this. It's concave, it's convex, it's flat, come on, guys. Take it with your own camera. Take your own trip on a jet. Look at it. When you're up at cruising speed, look at it. It's got a curvature. I don't need to have lasers and, oh, look at the boat. It's above, it's below. I don't need all that garbage. I can trust my own senses. I can see my own for myself. I don't need to have people tell me. So if you want to take my information, one ear and out the other, awesome. I don't lose sleep at night. But do the same to the other people who are showing you that Earth keeps constantly, these people, these flat earthers keep telling you it's flat. And what happens when you keep hearing it's flat, it's flat, it's flat? Guess what? You're going to believe it's flat. It's just common sense. So anyway, do your own homework. Tell me what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. I know you guys you'll thumbs down me, and that's fine. Listen, it's not going to change the way I view Earth. I know how I view Earth, and I know what I've been taught the correct way, and how can I actually say or vet that it's true? Because I can see it with my own eyes. Again, check my video out about how Earth is not flat. With that, I'm going to let you guys go, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.